books, right? And so on my way into town, every day I go to the booksellers, okay? And so when I go to the booksellers, that day I saw this dude named Gaston. He this man that liked me for my beauty and not my smarts. And I don't like that. So, and I'm very misunderstood by others. And my dad always tells me that I'm anything but strange. And he'll always love me for who I am. But back in town, Gaston poses to me. And of course I'm gonna say no, because I don't like that. And then that day, Lefu, he was coming from the woods where my dad left for his convention, because he's an inventor or whatnot. And so he come with a scarf in his hand. I was like, hold up, that's my daddy's scarf. And then I was like, okay, so he must be in danger. So I was running through the woods, right, trying to get to him. Then I come up to this castle, and then I was like, okay, so I go up in there, and I find him locked away in a dungeon. I was like, who did this? Who did this? Then this beast came up, and I was like, and then I was so scared, and then I was like, okay, I see my father is sick, so I'm gonna make a deal with you. You need to take me instead of him and let him go. So he took me, and then he brought me to this guest room, and I was like, okay. And so he offered me to dinner, and I was like, I don't want to go to dinner with you. So I started crying, right? And then that's when I met Mrs. Potts and Miss Madame de La Grande Bouche, whatever her name was. She was this big old wardrobe, and Miss Potts was this little teacup thing, and it was talking to me, and then you saw them objects talking to me, so I started crying again. But they cheered me up, and it was all good, and I waited for dinner. Then I went down to the kitchen and whatnot, and then I ate. That food was good, shouty. My little taste buds was running. I was drooling out the side of my mouth. It was smelling so good. then after dinner, Mr. Cogsworth and Lumiere, they walked me, gave me a tour around the castle. But I kind of wandered off into the West Wing, and I wasn't supposed to go there. But it was this beautiful rose, and I wanted to touch it, so I was reaching out to touch it, and then whoosh, the beast came, and he grabbed me, and then he scratched my shirt, and I was like, hold up, my shirt was hanging off the side of my shoulder. I was like, don't do that. I had to get up out of there. I ran through the woods trying to get home, and then these wolves came, and I was like, oh, don't do this to me. And then they was trying to attack me, and then so I was trying to run up this tree to save myself, but it wasn't happening. Then the beast came, and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord, he saved my life. But then the wolves was attacking him, and they was biting on his chest and stuff. He fell to the ground. Then I had to help him home. And then when I helped him home, I took care of him. Then I was feeling so bad, so I asked him to dinner. We had this wonderful dinner that they all had set up for us. Then he surprised me with a library full of books, and I was so excited because, you know, I like books, shouty. I be reading things. Okay? And then so then I was feeling so bad for my dad because I was thinking about him the whole night. So I went back home to take care of him. Then Gaston and this mob showed up with these torches, and I was like, hold up, what's going on? Then it was like, oh, we're going to kill this beast, right? Because Gaston's jealous, he wants you. And I was like, well, I don't want him. So I was rushing to this castle to try to save my man. Then my man had Gaston hanging up this back of me. I was like, go ahead, baby, get that. And then I was like, okay. But then Gaston stabbed him in the back. And I was like, oh, Lord, please don't do this. Then the beast fell to the ground. Then I was crying, and I was like, please, no, don't die, I love you. And then, out of nowhere, he transformed into this beautiful prince, and I was like, oh my God. And then we kissed and whatnot, and we lived happily ever after. And that is my story, the end. Okay?
Woo!
Thank you.